Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. My apron is all cockeyed this morning. I am Susan, your hostess, and we are in the kitchen. We have fresh vegetables from the Amish community and from our garden. And so I'm going to be prepping some of these this morning. I figured I'd just turn on the camera, let you see what I'm working on. I may not get through all of them, but I have a lot of vegetables. I've already chopped up the bell peppers and the pimentos. I have cucumbers that I need to get cut up, and I may be doing a meal with those. I may leave them alone. And I've got yellow squash from our garden, y'all. That may be another part of our meal tonight. I also have 2 ears of corn that we just picked from our garden, and I was surprised that the raccoons didn't get it. I have a huge bowl of tomatoes. I need to get these ripe ones in the freezer and pull out the ones that I've already bagged up, get them into jars, get them canned. And I've got lots and lots of peppers that need to be processed as well. Then, over here, we have green beans from the garden. There's 2 types in here. This is a Royal Burgundy. These are called provider beans. And so I need to get these, I need to get the ends off of these, get them cut up, and that's probably going to be part of our meal today. And last but not least, we picked these up from the Amish. These are purple whole peas. I couldn't remember on my morning live on Monday what they were called for whatever reason. But I've had them in the basket drying out. I'm going to get these shelled, and we will either put these in the freezer or get them jarred up and get them into the pantry. The idea is to get our preps done so that we can get our food preserved, and we don't want anything to go to waste. So all of the ends of my peppers go out to the chickens. Usually I save seed, but I've got so many seed from last year that I'm only going to be saving the seed from the pimentos this year. That's what I'm doing, so let's get in the kitchen. So why do I preserve food? Preserving food from my garden is economical, it's practical, and I can preserve for a long-term storage. It helps prevent spoilage. A garden can produce so much food at once for your family to consume, and they won't be able to consume it right away, so you would have a lot of spoiled food. By preserving my garden vegetables and the vegetables we purchase from the Amish means we have a wider variety of foods available to us year-round. I know the ingredients, and I have full control over what ingredients I use. I know where my food comes from and how it is grown. It also reduces food waste. It extends the shelf life, and I do mean it extends it. Some foods will last forever depending on the method of food preservation that I use. It also helps prevent dietary deficiencies. Preserving minimizes, I can't say it right, pathogenic bacteria. It keeps the best quality, taste, texture, appearance, and nutritional values. It saves us money in the long run. We are really saving a lot of money. Less trips to the grocery store, more trips to the home pantry. It is a safer food supply farm to table than what we're buying in the grocery stores. The grocery stores are having tremendous amounts of recalled foods. All you have to do is look up recalls daily, and you'll be surprised how many foods are being recalled. What are the four C's of food safety? It is clean, contain, cook, and chill. There's no cross-contamination. Reducing food waste keeps food out of our landfills. The methods that I use are canning, dehydrating, and freezing. I remove as much air as possible from our bag, and I flatten it out for better storage in our freezer. This is pimentos that we grew in our garden this year. First time growing them. I'm going to be checking out how to preserve them the best and use them for meals and other preps. One of our favorite ways to use a pimento, of course, is in fresh pimento cheese. So here you're going to see me getting these ready for the freezer. And boy, do they smell so good. I'm also probably going to try roasting these to see how I like that. And I may be preserving them in oil and canning them. I don't know yet. We're going to find out. So as you can see, most of my days are spent prepping foods for long-term storage for our pantry, our freezer, and for the dehydrator. I'm so looking forward to all these fresh foods being utilized in our home in the next year. I hope that y'all are enjoying this so far. Let's check out some more stuff. Again, I'm taking air out of the bag. I'm making sure that I get as much air out as possible before sealing. And I will make sure the vegetables are in the bag as flat as possible so that when it's stored in the freezer, it will store easily and defrost quickly. So there is my package. So the corn is an easy prep. There's a little bit of bug damage up here at the top, but that's okay. It's basically getting all this shuck off. I'll cut off the bad part, and then I'll use my little handy dandy tool to get that corn off the cob, and then it goes straight into a freezer bag. No blanching, no nothing. Oh, this one's got the critter in it that is eating my corn. You see it? See that worm? Chickens are going to have fun with that. He doesn't know it, but he's fixing to be a chicken snack. So we're going to go ahead and get this cut off. And into the bowl it goes. I'm going to get this corn rinsed off, get all that corn silk off of there, and get it ready to put in the freezer. Okay, so I've gotten most of the silks off here. There may be a few pieces left, but that's okay. My husband and I don't have good teeth anymore, so we always take it off the cob. This little thing we picked up at a thrift store, and it works really good to get the corn off the cob. It's got little teeth on the back. And so what I usually do is I'll put it in a bowl or something that I can run this down. The first one is hard to get started, but that's okay. And I'm just going to take the corn off the cob. I've actually got corn in the freezer. I think I'm just going to add that to the bag that I've already got started, because I'm going to be canning corn relish this year for the very first time. I thought that would sound good as a nice cold side to have. So works really, really good. Y'all can see I got most of that corn off there. Those will go out to the chickens as well. The little cover comes apart. You can clean it out and then snap it back together. And get the other ear done. So as my corn comes in, this is what I'm going to be doing. Now I could take this and fry it up. That would be good as well. This is the peaches and cream corn. And so that one's pretty good as well. I always leave a little bit of corn on it for the chickens because they like to chew on those. And again, I'm just going to pull this apart, get all that corn out of there. And then this goes directly into the dishwasher, or I can wash it by hand. Handy little tool that I found at a thrift store. So this is corn out of the freezer. I didn't even label the bag. I know what it is. And I'm just going to get that scooped up and get it into my bag. So I probably got about 1.5 cups here off those 2 ears. And the corn is done. That didn't take any time. Get all the air out of the bag and back into the freezer that goes. Let me wipe my hands. I'm going to clean my cutting board off. We're going to work on the cucumbers and the squash. So the banana peppers will probably be put into some vinegar and stored as pepper sauce. I'm going to take them out of here. I have hot and sweet peppers in here of those banana peppers. So let me get those separated. And then the cayenne peppers. These beautiful cayenne peppers that were gifted to me by a friend of mine. I'm going to make pepper sauce with them. Now they're not going to be red because not all the peppers are red. It's probably going to come out like a murky brownish green color. That's okay. We're the ones eating it. I know what I'm putting in there. We will be making a video with these when I make pepper sauce or cayenne pepper sauce. So we're going to put them aside. I'm going to get rid of my basket. I'm going to get those into the refrigerator. I've got to take out my tomatoes and get these tomatoes bagged up and put into the freezer. And while I was in the fridge, I found some more pimentos and one little bell pepper in there. So those are going to get processed as well today. Now, the squash, we like these fried, but we also like to make all kinds of casseroles with them. So I'm going to get these cut up, and then I've got my bay leaves over here soaking. I'm going to get them rinsed off really good, get them drying. And And these are probably going to be supper tonight. And I'm going to end my video with those. The beans I'll do on another video. So I always rinse off my squash because it is a ground vegetable. And my chickens like the end pieces, so I always throw the ends into a bucket for them. And I'm just going to get these cut up and put into a bag in my refrigerator because I'm going to cook these for supper tonight. And I'll have my prep work already done. I usually cook these in butter with an onion, and I fry them, or I'll stew them in a pot with a little bit of water. Either way, they're good. And if I'm going to make a casserole out of them, I don't really heavily season them. I might season them with a little bit of salt and pepper, and that's it. Because the recipes for casseroles call for other ingredients. So we're going to get these probably stewed down. I'm not going to fry them. I'm going to stew them down. And what we don't eat tonight, we'll make a casserole with it. I do have 5 of these. So I cut off the blossom end and the stem end, and those go to the chickens. So I've pretty much cleaned up a lot of vegetables today, and I'll probably finish off doing a lot more vegetables by the end of this day. And this one has a few bad spots on it, so we're going to cut a little further down. Some bad spots there. Got corn silk on it because I was washing off the corn. Now you can take time to take out the seeds if you don't want the seeds. They don't really bother us, so that's fine. So I've got quite a bit of squash ready to be put into a pot on my stove, and I'm going to let that cook down. I also have a piece of tea tree that I'm going to allow to dry, and then I'm going to take this and probably turn it into a salve or something later on. Well, folks, we got a lot of prepping done today, and I'm going to be getting ready to cook our family supper tonight for me and my husband, and have some good fresh vegetables on the side. So I hope that y'all are also harvesting good fresh organic vegetables from your garden, or you're able to go and buy fresh produce and prepare it for your home. I do believe that we are going to need these preps for the future, so I always prep as much as I possibly can. Thank you, my friends, for watching, and may you be fully blessed.